Hey folks, welcome to Jewish Uncensored. RFK Jr. was interviewed by Krystall, and he pretty much exposes her in the span of 3 minutes how she obsesses over Israel and puts everything in the prism of blaming Israel. Check it out.
What I'm saying is Hamas is a criminal enterprise.
Sure.
Yes. The Palestinian, and you talk about solutions for the Palestinian people. The Palestinian people are arguably the most pampered people by international aid organizations in the history of the world.
Are you kidding me? No, even before this war, 78% of people in Gaza said they had, not enough food to eat.
Right. And why is that? Why are you blaming Israel?
Well, in part, it's Hamas, and in part, it's the fact that Israel imposed a blockade and talked about putting them on a diet.
If your neighbor, first of all, Israel has no obligation. I mean, Israel built 3,000 hothouses and gave them for greenhouses. That would have made Gaza completely food self-sufficient, gave it to them as a gift, offered to rebuild the port of Gaza to make it the Singapore of the West. Hamas said, no, we don't want Jew money, we don't want Jew ideas. And what do? The international aid agencies have given Gaza more than 10 times per capita what we gave to rebuild all of Europe after the Marshall Plan. They've gotten $8,300 per capita, every person in Gaza. We rebuilt Europe with $621 per capita in Europe, and we rebuilt it. What did they do with that money? Instead of using it to make this, Gaza's this beautiful country, white sand beaches, it should be a paradise. Hamas said, we don't want that. They take virtually all of that money and they steal it. So the top 5 guys, the top 5 leaders of Hamas are billionaires. Ismail Haniyeh has $5 billion, according to Forbes.
But Bobby, again,
wait, let me just finish. No, because you made us, you are making a statement that is just wrong. It's not Israel's fault that Gaza is poverty-stricken. Gaza should be one of the wealthiest states on the Mediterranean.
They have no control over their own territory.
Of course,
Israel
if you go to war,
everything that comes in and goes out.
If you go to war, no, Krystall, why do you insist on blaming Israel rather than blaming Hamas?
I do blame Hamas, but you know what else, Bobby? Our tax dollars do not go to Hamas. They go to the Netanyahu government.
And you know what?
Our bombs, 22,000 of which are being bombed, dropped on the civilian population right now.
You know what most of our tax dollars have gone for? For the Iron Dome, which is a way of not invading Gaza. Our country and Israel for 16 years have expended this huge amount of money to try not to go into Gaza, while Gaza sent 2,000 rockets a year, suicide bombers, and of course Israel's going to
And how many times has Israel come in and quote-unquote mowed the lawn?
They've gone in 5 times, and every time they've signed a peace agreement with Hamas, and every time they violated that peace agreement. Let me just...
Israel also has been killing Palestinians in West Bank, but Bobby, hold on.
Listen,
I want to move forward.
If Mexico attacked us and we built a fence, would you blame us for caging in Mexico? Well, I don't know what it is, but everything in your mind is telling you to blame Israel instead of blaming Hamas.
Bobby.
Wow. I think you could term it Israel derangement syndrome. She has Israel derangement syndrome, as many people in the West have. They find anything that happens in Israel, Gaza, the pagers where they only went after terrorists. And this is Hezbollah. It's nothing to do with, Gaza and the starving children, or supposedly starving children. It has nothing to do with the supposed genocide. But pagers, terrorists die, it's Israel's fault. Every single thing that Israel does is criticized by the West, by Western media and on college campuses, etc. And it's very, very intellectually lazy and intellectually dishonest, taking every single thing under the prism of how can I blame Israel for this phenomenon? How can I make it so that Israel is to blame? It's absolutely disgusting, and great job by RFK Jr. exposing her for what she truly is, just an Israel hater. Also, shout out to Rabbi Shmuley, who is very controversial, but he did convince RFK Jr. to be incredibly pro-Israel. He's a lot of the ideas behind RFK Jr.'s pro-Israel stance is Rabbi Shmuley. For more, subscribe to Jewish Uncensored. If you want to help us make more of these videos, you can go to buymeacoffee.com /Jewish Uncensored. Thank you. Have a good one.